All new Pacific Mornings with Will on 531 PI.
It is 7:32. You're listening to Pacific Mornings on 531 PI. I'm William Terite. It's great to have your company this Tuesday. Now, the government's introducing individual job plans to get people off the job seeker benefit. Now, the 70,000 people on the job seeker benefit with employment case managers will be eligible for the work readiness needs assessment. Now, we'll look at any issues with education, transport, addiction, health and childcare. Social Development Minister Louise Upston joins me now to discuss more on this. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, William.
Hey, look, just very quickly, how will this actually work? It all sounds good, but how does this actually work?
Yeah, well, what we know is that case management is really effective in terms of supporting people in their job hunt. So we've added phone-based case management, rolled out 10,000 case management opportunities over the phone. And then for those in case management, they'll get an individual needs assessment because we know that no two job seekers are the same. So they'll get an individual needs assessment so that we can really understand what the barriers are for work for that individual. And then with their case manager, the job seeker will create a job plan with steps that they need to take to help them on their pathway to finding a job.
That sounds great. One would naturally assume, though, that this was already happening. I mean, from your perspective, why do you think it's taken so long?
So case management has been happening, but what we have done is increase the number. So it's gone up from about 53,000 to 70,000. By doing more over the phone, it also means we can reach more people. And what we've found, particularly with young people, it's far more accessible to them. What's happened with case management in the past is people have asked the general kind of questions. What experience have you got? What hours of work? Where are you available? Instead of really looking deeper to understand what the barriers might be. For someone, it might be childcare, for example. It might be that they've got literacy and numeracy challenges that we couldn't provide assistance with, or it might be that the jobs they're looking for require a driver's licence and they don't have one. And there's lots of driver licence programs that are funded to support people into employment.
Here's the kicker, though, and it's not like there's an abundance of jobs out there at the moment, particularly for those in our Pacific community. Do you acknowledge that dilemma that's going on at the moment?
Look, and it is really challenging at the moment, and I fully accept that, which is why we need to take the steps now to ensure people are ready when the economy picks up. It's not all bad news, though. We have seen really strong exits into work from the job seeker benefit in the months July through to October. 22,000 people exited the job seeker benefit into work, which is 4,100 more than the same time a year ago. So I'm really encouraged by that. But what we want to do is make sure that if somebody needs a driver's licence, for example, let's be doing that now. And that will help improve their chances of getting a job when the economy picks up again.
Headlines out this morning, though, suggest that with those on the job seeker benefit rising in terms of the numbers, is this government actually getting on top of it?
Well, we knew Treasury's forecast in the BFU was that the numbers would continue to rise until January. So that was always going to happen. But instead of just sitting back and watching those numbers rise, we've been working incredibly hard, doing what we can now to prepare people for work. And as I said, despite the really challenging economic conditions that is, heightened in some areas of the country, we have seen very strong exits into work. So there are jobs available. We are seeing people exit the job seeker benefit into work. And we want to make sure that more people are ready when the economy turns the corner. And I'm confident that that's not far off.
Good stuff. Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for your time. That is the Social Development Minister, Louise Upston. You have a good rest of your day.
Will's Word.
All right, now it's time for Will's Word, and I've got to admit the government's singing my language at the moment. Let me put that into context for you. Now, did you see the announcement yesterday? Up to 70,000 job seekers will receive individual assessments and personalised job plans to help them find employment. That sounds like a no-brainer to me. Now, assessments, just for a bit more context, will identify potential barriers such as education, transport, addiction, health, childcare, as well as skills like literacy, technology, comfort, and legal history. Now, each job seeker will work with a case manager to create a tailored plan with specific actions and timelines. This is according to the Social Development Minister, Louise Upston, yesterday. And you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Frankly, I thought we would have been doing this long ago. Why has it taken so long for this to be implemented? I'm not just blaming this government, previous governments in the past. It sounds like a positive step in the right direction, the kind of action we need to see. And you know, more often than not at the moment, I find myself praising this government for the actions that it's taking. Just a few weeks ago, I was praising its action when it came to the gang patch ban. Now I'm praising them again for this move. Now, the program doesn't actually kick into early 2025 and will initially include 10,000 people already receiving phone-based case management. The new system includes a traffic light system where sanctions could apply for non-compliance, but only for those not actively pursuing work, and sanctions will not be enforced for job seekers unable to find work. Compliance with job search steps is required ultimately. Now, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon did emphasise the importance of job seekers engaging with their case manager, having a resume, attending interviews. Again, no-brainer stuff. Frankly, if you want to be part of society, you should be doing and adhering to the job seeker benefit rules. Because ultimately, as the title implies, you should be seeking a job. And if you're not, then frankly to me, you should not be receiving that benefit. And so taking a harder approach to it, like this government is absolutely the thing to do. Frankly, I do not want to live in a society where we become dependent on the benefit. If you are able-bodied and you can do it, then of course you should be out there seeking employment and giving back to the community in which you live in. Frankly, that's just my view. That's Will's word.
Will's word.